Before we begin, my name is Sarah Minkewicz. I am an anchor reporter at Channel 4. I'm joined by Hope Winter, who is a reporter at Channel 4, and we will be your hostesses today. It is truly an honor to be here this morning with so many neighbors and community leaders as we celebrate Hispanic heritage in Buffalo and Western New York.
Good morning and welcome to the 11th annual Hispanic Heritage Community Breakfast as we celebrate 14 successful years of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York's existence.
Thank you for being with us here and for your continuous support to the council. We are delighted to be here today on this beautiful and hot morning. Now we may request everyone to please rise.
We would like to start our program demonstrating our pride in our country, show respect to our flag and the soldiers who defend our rights, and honor those who framed our nation. Presenting the colors, Gabriel A. Rodriguez, American Legion Post 1928, Commander John A. Sanabria.
October, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now invite soprano Andrea Todaro to sing the national anthem. Soprano Andrea Todaro has performed lead, supporting, and ensemble opera roles for more than 20 years. She most recently made her international debut in Italy as Nella in Puccini's Gianni Schicchi.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
At this moment, we ask you to please remain standing for the invocation. We welcome Reverend James Mayer, President of Niagara University, who will lead us in prayer.
Buenos dias. Please bow your heads, open your hearts, and let us all pray for God's blessing. God of everlasting life, in the vast richness of the river of diversity, we trust in your grace and your holiness, and we remain as one people in you. We give you thanks for the gift and the blessing of life. And today, as a people, we gather and we ask for the gifts of faith and courage. Help us to open our hearts to welcome the voices of diversity who call us to embrace the truth of your love, of your peace, of your justice, of your compassion for all people, seeking to follow the pattern of Jesus Christ. And we ask that you guide us on the path to continue to open our hearts to all those who struggle, the poor, the immigrant, the locked out, the dispossessed. Give us great faith and enlarged hearts to welcome them to our table. Bless our conversation, our relationships today, and also bless all who prepare this meal from field to table. We give you thanks for just to be in your presence, joy and thanksgiving. And we make this prayer in your holy name, for you live.
Reverend Mayor. To continue our program, we invite HHC Board Director Kelly Hernandez to proceed with our native land acknowledgement.
Good morning, everyone. The Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, Inc., would like to begin this event by acknowledging that we are on the land of indigenous people. Traditionally, these lands were home to many nations, including the Neutral, Erie, Wenro, Huron, and other peoples. This territory is covered by the Dish with One Spoon Treaty of Peace and Friendship, a pledge to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. It is also covered by the 1794 Treaty of Canandaigua between the United States government and the Six Nations Confederacy, which further affirmed Haudenosaunee land rights and sovereignty in the state of New York. Today, these lands are still regarded as being the traditional homelands of the Seneca and other Haudenosaunee peoples. We respect the treaty rights of the Six Nations, the Seneca, Mohawk, Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, and Tuscarora, and the obligation of the United States and the New York governments and American society to adhere to them. We honor the legacy of the many ancestors and elders who made this land their home and infused it with their spirit for thousands of years. We also honor the original peoples who remain on the ancestral homelands of Turtle Island and who have survived centuries of colonialism, genocide, and land theft. Finally, we honor those who are not here, but who might have been were it not for this history of violence. With hearts and minds focused on healing and truth, we remember the powerful example of democracy and federalism set by the Haudenosaunee, embodied in the great law of peace. Through this inspiration, we commit ourselves to advocate for inclusion and restitution for past atrocities. May we all aspire to a world of reconciliation guided by the example of the Haudenosaunee, themselves, so that our weapons of war are buried forever and mutual respect and equality prevail among all peoples of all nations. The Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York is grateful for the opportunity to live, work, and share ideas in this territory. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Kelly. And I will say you can be seated now. The Hispanic Heritage Council exists thanks to the commitment and hard work of its volunteer-run board.
At this moment, we recognize the Board of Directors, President and Founder, Casimiro D. Rodriguez, Sr.,
Vice President Esmeralda Sierra,
Vice President Maritza Vega,
Treasurer Carol Melendez,
Secretary Elda Pichardo,
Dinorah E. Baines,
April Contreras,
AJ Franklin,
Kelly Hernandez,
Edwin Negron,
Justin Reed,
Ricardo Seabe,
John Sanabria,
Lindsay Taylor,
and Sheena Van Dyne. We invite Vice Presidents Esmeralda Sierra and Maritza Vega to the stage to deliver the opening remarks. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to say, I'll say this. Okay. Okay, that's right. Just move that over.
Hola, buenos días. How's everybody today? You feeling good this morning?
Buenos días a todos. Good morning. Bienvenidos. Mi nombre es Esmeralda Sierra. I'm Esmeralda, Vice President of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York.
Hola, buenos días. Yo soy Maritza Vega, and I'm the Vice President for the Hispanic Heritage Council. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. We've been anticipating this day for weeks, working hard at it, making sure that everything is presentable and ready for everybody to see what we've been doing here in our organization. We especially have been working hard throughout the year with our many different programs that we've had with the Women's History Month, Día de los Niños. I know everybody enjoyed Día de los Niños. El Día del Lenguaje, and CPR Mental Health, and many more different events that we've had this year. Thank you so much for participating and being a part of those different events.
Yes, muchísimas gracias por su apoyo. Thank you for your support. And please stay in touch with us. You can go to our website, to our social media platforms, and just enjoy the morning. And again, you don't know how appreciative we are for everything you do to help us spread our mission in Western New York. And you know, keep yourself updated, because great things are coming, not just for the council, but we're looking forward to building our first Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute in the area to serve our community even better, and you know, reach for new heights, because we deserve it and we're gonna make it happen, right?
On the tables, you're gonna see some QR codes where you could register, so that way you could get current and updated information. We promise we're not gonna bother you every day, but every time we send you something is important, and I want you to please pay attention.
Yes, again, thank you. Enjoy the morning and just have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. And at this time, we want to invite the newly elected Congressman Tim Kennedy to address the crowd.
Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Excellent. It is a wonderful day to be here today, isn't it? Isn't this a great way to start the weekend? I am just so honored to be here with each and every one of you as we recognize and celebrate this incredible institution of Buffalo, the Hispanic Heritage Council, and the people that make it up, and the pride and the culture that's celebrated here at this breakfast, but throughout the year. I'm truly honored to be here. You know, it's only been a month and a half since I've been in the House of Representatives, and I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me to get there. You know, I'm reminded each and every day why I was sent there, especially when I'm home here in Buffalo. The work that we've done at the local level, the work that we've done at the state level, now we need to do at the federal level. It's the same work, different level, right? So we're not going to change. We're going to continue to work together. We're going to continue to fight hard for a better community, a better state, and a better nation. And the Hispanic Heritage Council is going to be right there in partnership with me and my team to help drive our American message forward out of Buffalo in Western New York. I want to recognize my partners in government that are here today. I want to thank them for their leadership at every level of government. I want to recognize the leadership of the Hispanic Heritage Council. Maritza and Esmeralda, I want to thank you for those very kind words today and your leadership, and the Hispanic Heritage Council Board, led by Board President Kaz Rodriguez. Can we give them all a round of applause for their work throughout the year? It's truly tremendous to see them in action. And I tell you about the work that I've been doing in the first month and a half. I've been named to two important committees. The first committee, Homeland Security, right? So when we're talking about the borders and we're talking about security, we're talking about protecting America, but also at the same time ensuring commerce moves with our greatest ally directly to the north of Canada. We have to make sure that we have great leadership, and we're going to provide that out of this community. And then just this past week, Leader Hakeem Jeffries appointed me to the Veterans Affairs Committee. And I'm so honored to serve in this capacity. And I want to thank our veterans. I want to thank our veterans for their service and commitment to this country, those that have donned the uniform to protect our country and the freedoms that we hold dear as the greatest country in the history of the world, the United States of America. Those that have fought and bled and died for these freedoms that allow us to come together here and celebrate the democracy that makes us so unique on the world stage. And I especially want to recognize our Hispanic veterans for their leadership in our community and driving the community forward. Thank you. And just this past week, I was honored to bestow a Purple Heart to a gentleman, Private First Class Alan Roger Gang, who had a rocket grenade launched at him where he was injured in the line of duty in Vietnam back in 1968. There's still so many veterans that need to be honored, and we have to work and march forward to recognize them each and every day in what we do collectively as a community. You know, I want to also thank where I come from. You never forget where you come from, right? And when I was a kid, studying to be an occupational therapist right up here at Duval University in the heart of the west side of Buffalo. Anybody here on the west side of Buffalo before? The west side of Buffalo, right where today Avenida de Puerto Rico, right? Huh? When you go down Niagara Street and we celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Corridor because of the leadership of this amazing organization and those whose shoulders we stand on, like the Alavencia family and the Pucho Alavencia, who the center on Swan Street's named after. I want to recognize my great friend Chito Alavencia and his family for the work that they've done over many years. I've gone to Puerto Rico with Chito on a number of occasions. So each and every one of you make a unique contribution to our community, furthering the cause of celebrating Hispanic culture. And as we work to move forward, I'm just so humbled to represent our community in the United States Congress. And I want you to know we'll always have an open door. In this upcoming November, as we stand here today, there couldn't be a more important election in our lifetime. And we've heard that before, haven't we? But we've seen what happens when the wrong people are elected, don't we? So we've got to get our vote out there. We've got to make sure that we protect democracy, that we protect the freedoms that we hold dear, that we protect the diversity that makes us the nation of nations in this great world. All of these things that are under attack by the Republican majority in Congress, like the bill that I voted against last week, that it would have restored Confederate monuments back to National Cemetery at Arlington, that would have rolled back the rights of diversity and inclusion and equity in our country, that would have rolled back the rights of women in the military, that would have rolled back the rights of the LGBTQ community. That's what we're up against, folks. And we're not going to let them take us backwards, are we? We're going to make sure we get our message out there, and we're going to win this November. And I just saw him walk in the room here today. He's a great friend of our community. He's a great friend of Western New York and the Hispanic community. I'd like him to stand up. He's in a big race. We got to get him elected. Our district attorney, Michael Cain. Thank you for being here as well. Thank you for giving me the privilege of serving in the United States Congress. God bless America. God bless all of you.
And thanks to the many leaders and elected officials joining us today, including United States Representative Tim Kennedy, who you just heard from,
New York State Senator Sean Ryan,
New York State Representative Jonathan Rivera,
Erie County Legislator Howard Johnson,
City of Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown,
City of Buffalo Deputy Mayor Rashid McDuffie,
City of Buffalo Historian Lindsay Visser,
and City of Buffalo Director of Real Estate Howard Grinspan?
as well as Erie County Legislator and Chairwoman April Baskin,
Councilmember Joseph Golombek,
Councilmember Mitch Nowakowski,
Erie County Deputy Commissioner of Planning and Economic Development Thomas E. Baines,
Governor Kathy Hochul's representatives, Miss Bonnie Kane Lockwood, Western New York Director for Governor Kathy Hochul,
and Mo Sambandu, Director of Community Relations and Project Manager for Hispanic Heritage Institute at Empire State Development. And thank you all for coming today. We would like to thank our presenting sponsor for today's event, Mark's Home Care. Mark's Home Care Agency's most valued goal is to deliver the highest quality of care, comfort, and professional care to each of their clients.
And Goya Food for donating the bags gifted to all our breakfast attendees. These bags are filled with popular Goya products. They also donated the olive oils on each table. If you would like to take one of these olive oils home, we ask that you please make a donation using the QR codes placed on your table. Funds raised with the olive oils will go towards support our guitar initiative, which offers free guitar classes to students.
Thank you to our gold sponsors, Hispanic Information and Telecommunications Networking.
And our silver sponsors, Alzheimer's Association, Rodriguez Construction, Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center.
And our bronze sponsors, Wegmans, Uniland, Children's Foundation of Erie County, Health Foundation of Western and Central New York, National Grid, Catholic Health, Newmark Simonelli, Kaleida Health, Fidelis Care, and Buffalo State.
As breakfast is being served, we want to remind people about the magnificent baskets we have in the back of the room. The sale of these baskets helps raise funds for the Hispanic Heritage Council. They're selling a sheet for $10, 3 sheets for $20. They're also selling tickets for the shared prize for $5 a ticket, and the shared prize winner will take home 50% of the proceeds.
There's also some beautiful artwork that is over there in the corner that was donated by local artists for our silent auction. To learn more about these artists, please read their bios in today's program booklets.
And you can also view the program booklet right now on your phone by scanning the QR code on your table. And now we eat. Enjoy your breakfast.
I'll say this. We hope you're enjoying your breakfast, but as you're enjoying your breakfast, as prepared and served by the team here at the Buffalo Niagara Convention Center, we are going to continue and show you some videos that they prepared this morning.
While you continue to enjoy your delicious breakfast, we would like to share some videos that have been prepared for you today.
Buenos dias and welcome everyone. I attended this incredible gathering many times when I was an elected official back in Erie County. So I really wish I could join you today, but I want to commend our president, Kaz Rodriguez, a longtime dear friend, for his extraordinary work leading the Hispanic Council of Western New York. It's an honor to join you as we celebrate your immeasurable contributions to our state. Since the 19th century, Hispanics and Latinos have played a key role across Western New York, arriving from places like South America, Mexico, the Caribbean, all in search of their American dream. And like my own family who immigrated from Ireland, they worked hard. They worked in the fields, the factories, the rail yards, as they built a better life for their families. And today, we're carrying on the tradition of all of our ancestors as we continue to build New York State into the best place it can be. One of my top priorities is to elevate Hispanic individuals to the real seats of power. I've fought to diversify our court system at the highest levels. I've worked to increase Latina representation across our ranks of government. And this morning is a celebration of everything our Hispanic community has achieved. It's about paying homage to our wonderful cuisines and cultures and remarkable tenacity and resilience. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for your hard work in amplifying Hispanic voices across Western New York all the way to Albany. Muchas gracias.
Good morning. My name is Letitia James, and I am the Attorney General of the great state of New York, and I am truly honored to address you as part of the 11th Annual Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York Community Breakfast. I want to extend my warmest regards and congratulations to your founder and president, Kaz Rodriguez, your past president, Esmeralda Sierra, your board of directors, and the incredible staff who helped this vital organization succeed. I thank all of you for your leadership, your dedication, and your commitment to the Hispanic community. The hard work you do does not go unnoticed. Your advocacy of our children and education throughout Buffalo and this region is sincerely appreciated. Through initiatives such as your after-school guitar learning program, you are enriching the lives of our future leaders. Of course, I want to thank the remarkable supporters of the Hispanic Heritage Council who made this 11th annual breakfast possible. Here's to another year. I also want to congratulate the incredible honorees being recognized today: Miguel Santos, Eunice Lewin, Dr. Ellis Gomez, and Joseph Lombardo. Your unwavering commitment to public service within the Hispanic population of Western New York is greatly valued. You set forth a phenomenal example of doing right for the common good. As we anticipate the exciting launch of the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute, I look forward to witnessing the expansion of your programs to further celebrate and embrace Hispanic culture. I'm so grateful for your friendship and for your allyship in protecting New Yorkers' rights and well-being. Diversity is the core strength of our state. Your celebration of Hispanic culture and your efforts to help the wider community learn more and gain deeper appreciation for this culture is critical in our ongoing efforts to ensure New York is a beautiful tapestry of unique peoples living in harmony. So to the leaders and supporters of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, thank you for your unwavering commitment to the work that you all do. And I'm committed and honored to be a part of this event, and I am immensely proud of our efforts to uphold the diversity that forms the backbone of our state. Gracias and congratulations. Letitia James.
Well, buenos dias, mi amigos. Hola. I am beginning a Spanish course, and that's all you're going to get out of me today. I'm pleased to announce this morning that Buffalo Toronto Public Media, in partnership with the Hispanic Heritage Council, will be launching Radio Bilingüe, powered by Sin Fronteras of Western New York, on WBFO HD3. Radio Bilingüe is a 24/7 NPR service designed for the Latino community. Beginning very soon, Sin Fronteras of Western New York will be programming Saturday mornings, and those programs will feature people and issues targeted towards the Latino community right here in Western New York. Now, this Saturday morning programming is only a beginning, as we, Kaz would like it to be 24/7, 365, but as we drive towards expanding the programming, you'll look forward to more and more offerings, and you'll be seeing that on a continuing basis. We will be programming promotional announcements in a major blitz coming in the next few weeks. Press release will go out today, but we will be promoting this aggressively across all of our TV stations and all of our radio stations. Now, at the end of the day, to receive HD radio, you need an HD radio. So they come as small as this, but very soon we will begin streaming as well. Now, this long overdue service would never have been possible without our partnership with the Hispanic Heritage Council. So I'd like to thank everyone involved, and especially Kaz, whose vision and drives have really seen this project through. So thank you, Kaz. Appreciate that. I'd also like to thank our debut sponsors, the Hispanic Heritage Council and Celino Law, who bought this package sight unseen without being needed to be prompted at all. And there will only be 5 title sponsors for it. So there's 3 available, and the salesperson in me would be very upset if I didn't say anybody who's interested in taking one of those 3 slots. We hit the streets with this Monday, so see me or see Kaz today and let me know. Now, I have one other exciting announcement, which is that actually very short time ago, we flipped the switch and we began broadcasting this on WBFO HD3. So as you drive home in your cars, some of you have HD radios. We will be streaming it very soon, but it begins today. We need to tweak it a little bit, but it will be a fabulous, fabulous service as part of the Buffalo Toronto Public Media architecture, serving the mission of Buffalo Toronto Public Media, which is community. And look at this today. This is community. So with that, I say adios, amigos. Gracias.
That's incredible. Thank you so much, Bill. And we all know you're excited to learn more about the Hispanic Heritage Council and, of course, the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute.
To give a short presentation, please welcome to the stage Hispanic Heritage Council Board Director and Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute Communications Chair, Dinorah Baines.
Okay. I put together a little presentation for you guys today. Incorporated in 2011, the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York was founded due to the absence of Hispanic representation in the local cultural sector. Since then, it has been dedicated to preserving, promoting, and advancing the history and cultural contributions of the Hispanic community in Western New York as well as the world. Next slide. Throughout the years, HAC has partnered with many organizations in Western New York to do just that, and many of them are here today. With them, we have shared our culture, our food, our music, art, and much more. HAC has played a major role in the designation of Niagara Street as a Hispanic Heritage Corridor, Avenida San Juan. We've helped organize the creation of murals. And when you walk down Niagara Street, you will see historical markers telling our stories and preserving our history of Hispanics in West New York. Next slide. It's no secret that cultural organizations have a large impact on local tourism and the local economy. As stated in the Art and Economy Activity Report 6 in 2022, nonprofit art and cultural spending in Western New York totaled $192 million, generated $381.4 million in economic activity, and supported 8,221 jobs. Arts and cultural organizations are a powerhouse to the local economy, and they make a difference in our community. But not just that. The arts impact academic performance, they impact mental health, and it unifies communities. As you see how diverse the audience is here today, celebrating the Hispanic Heritage Community Breakfast. Next slide. Which brings me to my main point and the reason why I'm standing up here today. It's always been the vision of the Hispanic Heritage Council of West New York to have a place they can call home, a permanent location where communities can come together to learn more about our history, our culture, experience our food, and dance to our music. A place where we can provide the needed services and programming to our community, and a place where we can continue to tell our stories. Today, we have raised $18 million, and thanks to our generous supporters, we get closer to our goal each day. Since the announcement of this campaign, our goalpost has changed. These changes are due to the increase of cost of materials and a more accurate representation of what is truly needed to ensure that the Institute is well equipped to serve our Western New York community and the growing Hispanic population. We also recently went through a value engineering, which saved us millions of dollars. We saved you guys some coins and got us down to $26.2 million. Next slide. The Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute will be a home to a theater where we will be able to host local and traveling theatrical shows. A lot of you guys may be familiar with Raíces Theater, a local theater company. We hope to have them at the Institute host speaker series and invite local and national experts to talk about topics that impact our community. When you walked into the building today, you were welcomed by a beautiful historical display, which will be one of the many exhibits we will have at the museum. On Monday, Evelyn Pizarro, the first Latina principal of the Buffalo Public Schools, will have an auditorium at Buffalo Public School number 3 dedicated to her. It is stories like that that we will be able to continue to tell and record at the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute. On my left, you see our silent auction, the area which art that was donated by our local artists. A study in 2019 that surveyed a collection of 18 major U.S. museums showed that African American artists have the lowest share with just 1.2% of the works. Asian artists total at 9%, and Hispanic and Latino artists constitute only 2.8% of the artists. It is our goal at the Institute to be a place where Black and Brown artists can call home. Next slide. On the second floor, we will have a multimedia room where our community can record their own podcasts and produce their own videos. And as you can see by the announcement today with Radio Bilingüe and our local programming, Sin Fronteras, Western New York, the local Latina media in Western New York will continue to grow. Our Scott Beeler Learning Labs will house after-school programming for our senior citizens, workforce development programs, and English second language classes, and even Spanish classes. These are all tangible benefits to learning. There are tangible benefits to learning a second language, and it's never too late to start. But this is just a few of the many programming opportunities we will have at the Institute. But that's not all. It's going to be a big building. Our second floor will also be home to the Goya Culinary Institute, where we will be able to facilitate community cooking classes and pass down our recipes to the next generation. Our third floor will be a large multi-use event space where we can facilitate local meetings. We can even have our breakfast there, and weddings, and even quinceañeras. Next slide. As you drive down Niagara Street, you will see that we've already broken ground and begun building. And we still have a little ways to go, and we need your help to get there. Your individual donations make it possible for us to be able to secure the materials today to continue to build and complete the Institute. Be a part of history as we build the first Hispanic Cultural Institute in upstate New York by making a donation. Thank you so much.
Saludos a nuestra audiencia en Buffalo, Nueva York. Están viendo HITN. Reaching nearly 35 million homes across the nation, HITN is the only non-commercial television network dedicated to serve U.S. Hispanic families with high-quality, informative, inspiring, and empowering entertainment. With almost 5 decades of history, HITN is the premier destination where audiences can find smart and meaningful content in Spanish. Es ahora o nunca. HITN has amassed an extraordinary catalog covering a wide variety of genres, including nature, health and wellness, current affairs, science and technology, great series, movies, and children's programming. In addition, HITN has created a wide slate of short-form original content designed to help motivate the Hispanic community on important topics like preventive health, civic engagement, financial literacy, and others. Increíble. Today, HITN is a leading force in the use of new technologies to reach its audience. HITN Go allows network subscribers to enjoy their favorite content anytime and anywhere. Eddie is the streaming platform dedicated exclusively to serve preschoolers and their parents. Eddie has the largest library in the genre and reaches over 5 million subscribers in the United States, Latin America, and Brazil. Vida y Salud has global reach and is dedicated to promoting health and well-being to millions of users every year. With its national network and digital content platforms, HITN makes a difference in the overall life of the Hispanic community and beyond. HITN educa y entretiene. En HITN nos llena de orgullo y alegría desearles lo mejor a la comunidad hispana en Buffalo, Nueva York, en su 11º desayuno comunitario en celebración de la organización del Concilio de la Herencia Hispana del Oeste de Nueva York. Este evento no solo celebra nuestra herencia, sino también la fuerza y la unidad de nuestra comunidad. Nos honra colaborar y apoyar a organizaciones hispanas como el Concilio de la Herencia Hispana del Oeste de Nueva York, que trabajan incansablemente por el bienestar, el progreso y la voz de nuestra gente, bajo el liderazgo de su presidente y fundador, Casimiro Rodríguez. Por muchos más años de éxitos y celebraciones juntos, a los próximos 11 años y más.
Countdown. 3, 2, 1.
And this is a testament to the resilient spirit of a group of committed individuals who set out to change the world.
The Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute. This initiative, led by the dedicated members of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, aims to create an institution that all of the greater Buffalo area can cherish.
We're in phase one. Once we get phase one, we're going to go to phase two. It's really, hopefully it's going to move along really quickly now. The whole community, and we're very excited about this. It's finally happening.
There's a saying that I live by, which is 99 no es 100. It's 99 is not 100. You know, it takes one. One seems like a small number, but it takes one to make that difference. And this is the one that makes that difference.
Today, we gather with excitement and anticipation for a transformative civic project, a 38,000 square foot, multi-million-dollar facility dedicated to celebrating the vibrant arts, culture, history, and heritage of our local Western New York Hispanic community. This facility, soon to be located in the heart of Buffalo's Hispanic Heritage District, will stand as a beacon, a gateway to the Americas, and the first of its kind in upstate New York.
We needed something to be the driver so that not only our community, but Western New York appreciates Hispanic heritage, history, and culture. And while we do that, we preserve the history.
It's going to be amazing to see it when it's all there. I mean, Niagara Street has been a part of the Latino community since the Latino community was in Buffalo. It's where it's growing, it's where it's living, it's where it's breathing. And, you know, I think that the Cultural Institute's going to stand out above anything else we have in this state and possibly anything else we have in this country.
With the opening of the Institute in 2025, Buffalo will gain a dynamic centerpiece, a place to revel in the accomplishments of its Latino population.
The Hispanic Cultural Institute will have a great impact on the city of Buffalo. We have a growing and very vibrant Hispanic community. In Buffalo, we really pride ourselves on the celebration of the different cultures that we have in the city.
Imagine a venue equipped with a state-of-the-art theater, a Goya culinary arts kitchen, local and global art exhibits, a media center, and the Scott Beeler Family Foundation Learning Labs, all under one roof.
And I've always said that you can't have strong suburbs and a weak city or weak rural areas and strong suburbs and still have a strong county. You need to have a strong county everywhere, urban, suburban, and rural. And this is an example of us strengthening portions of the city of Buffalo, and as a result of it, having a stronger county.
This puts us on the map. That's what it feels like. This puts us on the map, that we're here to stay, and that we have a place where we can go to actually be Latinos, to be Hispanicos.
And now, exciting to see the building going up. I mean, it's going to be a nice structure that's going to put another landmark in the west side of Buffalo that we can identify with.
Together, let's build a brighter future where the diversity and the contributions of our Hispanic community shine for generations to come.
The future is right here for my children, my grandchildren, their grandchildren. Hopefully, this is going to be, our history is going to be right there.
the Institute will be impactful for generations to come. I'm excited to bring my son there for him to learn more about the Hispanic culture and just for it to be a place of community.
I'm from El Salvador, so it's great to have a place that I can actually have my daughters come in and learn a little bit more about other cultures compared to just, how they're growing up here.
As the father of a 5-year-old, I'm eager to have her be able to see the beauty and the uniqueness and the history that comes along with something like the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Center.
We encourage each of you to learn more about how you can support this initiative or make a donation by visiting HispanicHeritageWNY.org. Your contribution, large or small, will play a crucial role in bringing this vision to life.
Next, we are going to welcome our keynote speaker, Tricia Cruz Irving, as a multi-award-winning bilingual communications professional based in Rochester, New York. She began her career in Miami as a news writer and for 13 years worked in television as a news writer and general assignment news reporter in the following cities: Binghamton, New York City, Rochester, and Buffalo. Upon leaving Buffalo, Tricia transitioned to the field of public relations and has worked for the Rochester City School District and the New York State Senate and the Galasano Children's Hospital. She currently works at ESL Federal Credit Union in Rochester as a corporate communications specialist. Tricia is of Chilean and Puerto Rican heritage. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her husband and 2 young children, running, yoga, and traveling.
Hello, can everybody hear me? It is so good to be back in Buffalo. You have no idea. When I used to work here at Channel 4 from 2008 to 2011, I absolutely loved being here. You welcomed me with open arms. You embraced me and you supported me every single day for those 3 years. And that is something that I will never, ever forget. Never. When I left Buffalo, I took a piece of Buffalo with me. Wherever I go and whoever I talk to, I always tell them how great Buffalo is. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, the people are just so nice. You can go to a restaurant or a venue by yourself, and by the end of that night, you will walk away with at least 3 to 4 or 5 friends, because that's Buffalo. So that's really something to be proud of. The accomplishment of supporting people, organizations, and initiatives that you know are for the greater good for this community, this cultural center is a perfect example. That is something to be proud of. What an accomplishment. And so as we think about sharing our stories and our experiences, we know that not all experiences are wonderful and not all stories are great when we reflect on them. And as I go through life, one of the things that I think about is, okay, everything might not be great. And if it is, it's good to reflect on that too. But what is the teachable moment that we can take away from everything? Because there has to be a teachable moment in everything, right? That's how we grow and learn. So there are 2 stories that I'm going to share with you. Growing up, as you heard, my background, my dad is from Puerto Rico and my mom is from Chile. So growing up, I grew up in a small town and it wasn't easy. So I was the only Latina child student in the school. And I came to find out years later and years ago that it didn't just happen in small towns, that it happened in bigger places too, in cities. So I'd go to school and every day it was kids just saying, you Puerto Rican this, you Puerto Rican that, why don't you go back where you came from? They'd insult me, they'd call me names, and it was crushing. It crushed my spirit. I would go home every single day crying. Why did my parents have to be from somewhere else? Why couldn't I have blonde hair and blue eyes? Why did this have to be? Every day, I would do that. To this day, almost 40 years later, as you can see, I think about that, and it still has an impact on me. But you know what? As I grew, and I graduated from high school, and I went to college, and I saw the diversity, and I was surrounded by it everywhere I kept learning more and more about my background and the importance of my roots. And I was like, wow, I am blessed. I am so blessed, right? Wow. And what an asset to have parents who are Chilean and Puerto Rican. What an asset to be bilingual, fluent in English and Spanish. And, I went to college and, through careers and everything, being bilingual helped me get a job, many jobs. And it was just incredible. And I really just came to appreciate my roots and my mom and dad, who to this day are still the hardest working people that I know. My mom, for almost 40 years, worked in a factory doing a man's job every single day. She did that. And my dad would go to work, and for 40 years, not one day did he ever punch in late or call in sick. He was there every single day. Those are examples that are just incredible that I could never live up to, but I remember that and I appreciate it. And so as I reflect in my childhood, for as difficult as it was, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but at the same time, because I did go through it, I ask myself still, what can I learn from that? And what did I learn from that? So now fast forward to my husband and I have a 7-year-old daughter, Isabella, and a 3-year-old son, Quinlan. I talk to them only in Spanish. Every day, everything, only in Spanish. And a few weeks ago, my daughter asked me in English, which they say is normal, that, especially when you live somewhere like Rochester, it's not diverse like Miami or New York, where you're surrounded by Spanish and other places. Everything is in English. So she talks to me in English, and she's like, Mommy, when are you going to stop talking to me in Spanish? And I said, Nunca. Never. And she got this look on her face like, okay. And what's really interesting is that our 3-year-old, so my mom, who's from Chile, she doesn't really speak very good English at all. It's very broken, so she's always speaking in Spanish. So Quinlan, at the age of 2, when he sees her, he knows to instantly start speaking in Spanish to her. And when we've had like certain babysitters or part-time nannies come and help when we've needed the help, and there are certain ones who only speak Spanish, he knows to only start speaking Spanish to them. And then with my dad, who's bilingual, he'll speak English to him and to my brothers and sisters. So I'm teaching, and my husband, who happens to have blonde hair and blue eyes, but not the reason I married him, because of the childhood trauma. And one thing I thought about, it's just a coincidence that he happens to, be a 6 feet tall, blonde hair and blue eyes. But he has been my biggest supporter. My biggest supporter. And when you go through difficult times, whether you're a child or growing up, you need someone like that, right? And so for my parents, I have had unconditional love. They have been absolutely amazing. And for my husband, the same thing. Unconditional love, and he has just been absolutely amazing, and he has always been supportive of us speaking to our children only in Spanish. For my end, he knows a little bit of Spanish, and so he tries. But one of the other things that we do is we go to Chile every year for 3 weeks so that we can spend time in that culture, because that's where my parents end up going. And so we go there and we spend time there so they can get to know our culture. They learn about our roots. And so that's one of the things that we do. Is the teachable moments in life are, what can you share with others? Whether it's yourself, family members, friends, people that you don't know. So that's one story I wanted to share with you. Motivation and inspiration. You take the bad experiences and the stories that aren't so great to tell, and you use those as motivation and inspiration to be better, be the best that you can be, to never give up. Someone tells you can't do something, it doesn't matter. You know what? I'm going to do it. And you do it. So the second story, several years ago, I used to work at this dual language human services agency in Rochester called the Ibero-American Action League as the director of communications and development. And the year, I think it was 2015, and it was a big year because we were planning our 50th gala anniversary. So I know what it takes to plan something like this. So to everyone who planned this event, congratulations. You did a phenomenal job, and your work is appreciated. because I know what it feels like to be behind an event like this. So it was a really, really hectic year. I was getting married that year, coincidentally, a week before the gala to celebrate the 50th year anniversary. It was my husband's 50th year or birthday that year, so I was putting together a surprise birthday party for him. It was just a really big year. So I'm in my office and the phone rings and I didn't recognize the number and I wasn't going to answer. I was like, I can't. I was like, I don't have time to talk to anyone on the phone right now. So I picked up the phone, and on the other end was this man. And this is the first thing he says. Why do all Puerto Ricans feel the need to wave their flag wherever they go? I was like, I shouldn't have answered. What did I do to myself? So in that moment, in my head, I was like, okay, I have a choice. I can hang up on him. Truth be told, I can hang up on him, or I can see where this conversation is going to go. I think everybody else would have hung up on him, right? But I said, no, I'm not going to hang up. I'm going to have a conversation with this man. And so he starts telling me how he feels and talking about different things. And it was obvious that he didn't have diversity in his life. He didn't have any diverse people in his life by what he was saying. And I would listen to him. And we had a conversation for about 20 minutes. And when he would say something to me, I would share with him, how proud we are of our roots, and that in different cultures, we do different things to express those things. And so after 20 minutes, he says to me, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and for sharing with me your personal experiences and what you've been through and giving me a different perspective. I really appreciate that. And I was like, wow. Because you know what? No one else, I wonder how many people would have actually stayed on that phone call and how many people would have actually taken the time to hear that man talk. And I don't say this to pat myself on the back at all. It's a teachable moment because this man, through really no fault of his own. I mean, if he grew up somewhere where there was absolutely no diversity and people didn't know Chileans or Puerto Ricans or people of other ethnic backgrounds or racial backgrounds, he didn't know. And so after talking with him for 20 minutes, he was like, thank you so much. And when I got off the phone with him, I was like, you know what? I could tell that he was genuinely grateful for what I shared with him because he didn't know and he did learn something new. And that was a teachable moment because we all have different backgrounds. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences. And so what's important to learn from that and to realize is that when we meet somebody who comes from a different background or has different experiences, it's important to just not judge or jump to conclusions, but to talk to somebody, to hear what they have to say, and to find out why they feel that way, and to agree to disagree, especially nowadays. Because in the last several years, we've gotten to such a point where people no longer agree to disagree. If you don't agree with someone, people end friendships. They break family ties. I mean, that's not what life should be about. We should be able to agree to disagree. We may not feel the same about things, but you know what? At the end of the day, God put us all here on earth together to help one another, to support one another. Are we going to do that? Because that's how you live a better life. And that's how you live your best life, is helping other people, supporting other people, bringing them up, bringing each other up, not bringing them down. What can I do to help that person? What can I do to help that person? Look at this cultural center. I mean, when I left Buffalo, the Hispanic community here was thriving, and it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. And I am so proud of that. I will never forget Buffalo and the way that you just accepted me and supported me and embraced me. I am forever grateful for that and so proud to have been here with all of you. It was only 3 years that I was here, but the impact that you had on me was life-lasting, long-lasting. And so in closing, what I would like to say is that as you continue on your personal and professional journey, ask yourself, what are the teachable moments that you can take away from your experiences? And what are the teachable moments that you can share with others. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wasn't that dynamic? Wasn't that dynamic? That's the Hispanic story. That's the Hispanic history, which is American history. Another round of applause. I'd like to invite the board of directors of the Hispanic Heritage Council up front, please. Fast, 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 fast. This is only once in a lifetime that you get these opportunities to be able to express our token of appreciation to a person like Tricia Cruz. She was part of us. She talked about her life story here in Buffalo, what it meant to her. That's why she was invited back to share that story, which is very unique to each and every one of us. Tricia, we love you. That's why you're back here in Buffalo. You say you took a piece of Buffalo with you? Well, we're going to give you a piece of Buffalo to take back with you. Come on up. You know, this organization can't be more grateful than a board of directors, hardworking board of directors, all hands on deck. We're able to do what we do because we believe in our mission. We believe in community. We believe in each and every one of you. And we are so grateful for everyone that's here today. Education, health, legal, government, community, everyone together celebrating who we are as Hispanics, as Latino, our veterans. Thank you for your service. And each and every one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So on behalf of all of us, Tricia, on behalf of this dedicated and committed board of directors, we'd like to present you a token of appreciation, a buffalo to take back with you to Rochester, New York. We love you, Tricia. We love your husband too. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
At the end of our celebration, you could look for your ticket numbers on the board in the back and see if you are a winner and claim your prize.
Every year, the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York is pleased to celebrate organizations or individuals who, through words and actions, exemplifies and supports the mission of the Hispanic Heritage Council to foster and inspire awareness, understanding, and appreciation of the past, present, and future contributions of the Hispanic community in Western New York. The recipient of this award contributes significantly to the rich cultural heritage of Western New York. We recognize them as a friend of Hispanic heritage.
All right, and today we recognize 4 wonderful individuals very deserving of this honor.
Dr. Ellis Gomez, introduced by Maritza Vega.
Hola, it's me again. Did everybody enjoy your breakfast? How are you enjoying the program? Dr. Ellis Gomez. What a wonderful, wonderful contributor to our community. From both Dominican and Puerto Rican heritage from the Bronx. But as you know, she's been on the West Side for over 17 years, taking care of our children, our grandmothers, our sisters, and our community. Now at the Martina Center, for 13 years there. So, oh my gosh, she's been around for over 30 years here in the West Side of Buffalo. How you like that? Aplausos, por favor. Generation after generation. Please help me welcoming Miss Dr. Gomez for the presentation for Friends of Hispanics.
Next up, we have Eunice A. Lewin, introduced by Casimiro Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you. Friend of Hispanic Heritage Award is an organization or individual who, through words and actions, exemplifies and supports the mission of the Hispanic Heritage Council to foster and inspire awareness, understanding, and appreciation of the past, present, and future contributions of the Hispanic community in Western New York. The recipient of this award contributes significantly to the rich cultural heritage of Western New York. It is my honor to present this award to Eunice Lewin. And while he's making his way up to the podium, Mr. Thomas Buford, President and CEO of the Urban League, Eunice Lewin is no stranger to our community. She's a SUNY trustee. Her dedication and commitment to education, to the cultural arts, to the many community organizations. I recall when we made the first announcement of the Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute, Eunice was there, sharing her wisdom, her insight, and her words of encouragement that this can be done. Eunice would like, even though she's not here today, would like to express our gratitude and our thanks and appreciation to her, to her family, and accepting the award is Mr. Thomas Buford, President and CEO of the Urban League. Eunice is, I believe, on the board of directors of the Urban League. Ain't that correct? So thank you very much, Thomas, and please express our gratitude to Eunice. Eunice cannot be here today because of family commitment, and but Thomas is here representing her. Thank you. We also have a citation from the Congressman Tim Kennedy for Eunice, and also a citation from our Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli to be able to be given to Eunice as well. So thank you very much, Tom. I'd just like to say a few words on behalf of Eunice. Oh, and her flowers.
All right. Okay. We'll put this down on hold it for you. All right, good. So thank you again, Casimiro. You know that he already mentioned that Eunice couldn't be here because of she had a family commitment that was out of town. So she knew that ahead of time, but it was nothing sad. Let me just say it was not an emergency, but she mentioned that her nephew, who she's very close to, was getting a really prestigious award, I want to say in New York City. And some years ago, his mother passed away. So when mom is not there, you call Thea, right? So you know how important it is, her family is to her, her immediate family, her Buffalo family, her SUNY family, her Urban League family, and this whole Hispanic community as well. So again, I'll just say thank you on her behalf, and I'll pass all of these wonderful gifts on to her. Gracias.
Yes, don't go too far. Presenting, or Joseph P. Lombardo, introduced by.
You know, isn't Hope Winter and Sarah Minkewicz doing a fabulous job this morning? This next recipient, a Friend of Hispanic Heritage Award, goes to a dear friend. Not only a friend to myself and my family, but to our community. Over decades of community service. And I'm pretty sure he gets calls at the mid hours of the night. And he's always there for the community. And whatever he can do to be able to help the families, the many families, and I say hundreds of families, thousands of families, through his trajectory of community service. The next recipient is Joseph P. Lombardo. You can all stand up. He's deserving. He's deserving. Joseph, on behalf of the Hispanic Heritage Council and this grateful community, I have to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts, from the heart of this Hispanic community here in Western New York and beyond. Thank you very much for your dedication, your commitment, your service to public service, helping the thousands of families in time of need. You always make a way. Thank you very much, Joseph. On behalf of all of us, please receive this award and also a citation from our Congressman Tim Kennedy and our Comptroller, New York State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli. Thank you very much, Joseph. Say a few words, Joel. Just a few words. Just a few words.
Well, thank you. When I came up here tonight first, when I looked around, I saw all these people. And I asked Kaz, I said, I didn't know there was going to be this many people here. And I said, when you speak in front of this many people, you have a tendency to get nervous. You say the wrong thing, people might laugh at you. Kaz said, Joe, no one's going to laugh at you. I said, Kaz, how can you be so sure? He said, Joe, they can't laugh and yawn at the same time.
So before I see anybody yawn, it's an honor to be selected for this award. And it's with great pride that I accept this award. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the other recipients here this morning. And as I look around this room today, I can't help but to think of our parents and our grandparents and how blessed we all were to have such a wonderful legacy. They taught us the love of God, the love of family. They showed us unity. Our heritage means everything. And the Hispanic community has always been part of who I am. And I'm proud to be part of your family. Thank you.
And then last but not least, we have Miguel Santos, introduced by Esmeralda Sierra.
Here are my glasses. So I knew they were somewhere in here. First of all, I have to say thank you, Mr. Lombardo. And let me tell you, we don't laugh at you because we respect you, but we laugh with you because you're so wonderful to our community. So again, thank you. And thank you to the other awardees. Eunice is a wonderful leader in our community. And Dr. Gomez, you have done so much in the health field that it's amazing. This is just a little token of appreciation for everything you do for us. And now I am so glad and grateful to be able to give this award to not just a dear friend, but I consider him and his whole family as my family too. And I respectfully call him Deacon Miguel. Deacon Miguel Santos. He was born in Bronx, New York, so he's a New York person too. And he came to Buffalo because he wanted to go to the university he attended, UVille University. So shout out to UVille. And I have to say that he's been a local community leader for years. Who doesn't know Miguel Santos, right? He's been involved in so many initiatives. He's one of the founders of the Puerto Rican and Hispanic Day Parade. He also, yes. He also was a board member of the Hispanic Heritage Council, and he served us for many, many years. And like he's done in this organization, he's done with many more in different fields, from Catholic charities, from church, from dealing with immigrants. So thank you very much, Miguel, for all you do for our community. You are very, very deserving of this award. So I invite you to come up to the stage so we can honor you in this special occasion. And with the award, he also receives the citations. For you.
Primeramente vamos a darle gracias a nuestro Señor por tener nuestra comunidad. I am known as the crying deacon. I get too emotional. But really, Patricia, your story hit home to many of us, and we all have our stories. Many of us are
bruised because of where our family come from. But we're proud. Super proud. Thank God I am an American, and thank God I am an Latino American. I am Latino because of my parents who are from Puerto Rico. Here in Buffalo, I am involved with all of our Latino populations. A lady once said to me, Miguel, when you're with the Guatemaltecos, you're Guatemalteco. When you're with the Colombianos, you are Colombiano. And I am proud of it. I am deployed many times through the American Red Cross. One of my deployments was to go and work with the unaccompanied youth crossing the border. My tent alone had 1,800 boys from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador. I went because I said, those are our kids. Our Latino culture keeps us glued together. We are proud. Here now in Buffalo, as a deacon in the Catholic Church, I invite my fellow Christian pastors to let us work together because many of us are not together. And we must work together to show that one Christian church so that we can welcome these new Americans. No matter what our beliefs are, if they're here, we must respond. So lately, I've been with the Ecuatorianos, los Venezolanos, los Hondureños, and all over. They need our help. Our Latino community is here so that we can help our fellow Latinos. Muchísimas gracias por su tiempo.
Righty, and Dinorah is gonna pick a ticket, right? Or is a ticket for the split prize.
All right. The lucky winner won a whopping $175. So let's clap. Okay, I'm being fair. I'm shaking it. Let's see. All right. 309037. Ah! Yes, congratulations.
Alrighty, congratulations. And please welcome back the president of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York, Mr. Casmaro Rodriguez, to present the President's Award and closing remarks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We said we'll get you out of here by 11:30, and I think we're good on time. Very special guest here with us today. I did see Teresa Kennedy from representing our former Congressman Brian Higgins from Shays Buffalo. I'd like to thank her for being here today. Round of applause for her. And also a special guest, our City of Buffalo Comptroller, Barbara Miller Williams. She's here with us today. And the Buffalo Board of Education is very well represented as well. I got the honor to give the closing remarks, but before I do that, these programs take a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of stress to be able to put together. And in the booklet, on page 84, if you get a chance, that's our board of directors and also the volunteers and ambassadors of today's program. I like to give them a round of applause and say thank you. Thank you very much. You can clap. The whole program, our invocation, our opera singer, Andrea Tadaro, Sarah Rodriguez, our performer, everyone, our mistress of ceremonies, Hope Winter and Sarah Minkewicz, La Latina, from WIVB-TV. Thank you very much. And what we like to do is just express our appreciation to both Sarah and Hope for doing this for us. Sarah, every Saturday morning, she's the weekend anchor. How many watch that? Come on. If you don't, you got to. Watch that Latina do her thing on WIVB Channel 4. But we'd like to present them both a token of appreciation for doing this for us, because we're very grateful, Sarah and Hope. So can you please come up to the stage? We got something for you. They're from Buffalo, so we give them a Buffalo. Thank you very much, Sarah and Hope. So every day you go into the office on Elmwood Avenue, WIVB-TV, you'll see that Buffalo, and you'll remember the fine job that you did at the 11th Annual Hispanic Heritage Council Community Breakfast. I like to also turn your attention to page 85. Page 85, one of the things that this organization has done right from the very beginning has been to be very transparent with the community. And every year, we share that transparency as it relates to financials with the community. These are public funds, private donations. We take our job very seriously as it relates to every dollar that comes into this organization and how it's spent. So, part of our behavior, part of who we are, we like to share the statement of activity of the entire month or the entire year of 2023 with our community. So you'll see the information there. Also on page 91, you see basically what we have raised so far for the project. We got a ways to go, but nothing's stopping us now. But I like to take a moment to express my gratitude, okay? Not only to our board of directors, a fine group of ladies and gentlemen. And last year, we expanded our board of directors to include more diversity, more young folks, because we believe in the future. We're marching towards the future, for a better future for our children. But I like to thank our project team that's behind this enormous and this multi-million-dollar facility, the Hispanic Heritage Culture Institute. from day one, from the years of 2017 and 2018, when this was just a thought, I reached out. I reached out to Rodriguez Construction Group, Mr. Louis Rodriguez. And I said, Louis, stand up, Louis. You can stand up. You're very well deserving. I said, Louis, we have a vision for our community. There's 3 open lots in the Hispanic Heritage District on Avenida San Juan. And one of those lots we like to build. Hands down. I met one of his staff people at Spot Coffee on Delaware Avenue, and on a napkin, I wrote 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor. This is what we need for our community, what we don't have today. He took that piece of napkin, within a week, came up with a conceptual design of what you see today. It's a lot more enormous, but let me tell you, we had to start somewhere. So, Louis, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And he did that $0. And alongside him, LaBella, the architects that are well noted in building our Buffalo Bills Stadium. And beside that, the Magellan Group, Upper Edge, Urban Vantage. We put together a strong team that's been there and done it to be able to build the first in upstate New York Hispanic Heritage Cultural Institute. And there's no turning back. There's challenges ahead. There's enormous challenges ahead. But we're going to do this because our community deserves the best. And I like to thank our champions, from our governor, the state legislator, the county, the city, our council member, our legislators, the staff, both in city, county, state, wherever we go and knock on the door, they open, because they know this is important not only to the Hispanic Heritage Council, but it's important to our community. And we're going to get it done. The Regional Economic Development Corporation, we have a person that sits on that Regional Development Council, Dr. Rosa Gonzalez. That's our voice. Wherever we turn, there's a champion. And we're grateful. But with all that, read the book and you'll know more about it. Visit us in the website. You'll know more about it. But let me say, if it's one word that sums it all up to the 3 pillars that I believe in, is gratitude. Gratitude to my family, to my faith, and to this community. To this community. We ask, we knock on doors for this community. Not for CAS, not for the council, for this community. That's why we're not timid. We're on a mission. On a mission to deliver to the community, to our children, our future generation, a community benefit that will live for generations to come. You know, our board of directors is a hard-working board. Couldn't do it without them. And I know that the board doesn't hear this a lot. But we're very stern. We all have our personalities. But let me tell you, I love each and every one of you. Our heart is in the right place. And I've said it from day one. since this organization was founded. Stick to the mission. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the doubters. They're right alongside us, and they believe in it. But it's our responsibility to convince them as well that this is the right thing to do for them. This board of directors is a hardworking board of directors. My financials, for my 2 VPs, had to get another VP. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do. And they're all volunteer. No one gets paid here. No one gets paid. We do it from the good of our heart. And I'm very grateful to this board of directors. So you can smile. You can smile, each and every one of you. But every year, you know, we're given the honor to present 2 awards, President Awards. I'm going to go back to the board and ask them if we can expand. Let me tell you, each and every member of this board deserves recognition. They're all an important cog in the wheel. They're all important to making sure that this organization moves forward. But I put 2 individuals that are well deserving of this President Award, along with all the other members. And I know they do understand that you don't have to pick only 2. And let me tell you, I struggled. Woke up at night. I'm serious. I'm serious. But I picked 2 individuals. They don't be. But the first one, you know, I met this individual a year and a half. I went to a commencement exercise at the University of Buffalo, and I saw him in line to get his diploma. Didn't know him. Didn't know him. Said, I'm going to pull that guy. I'm going to recommend him for a board of directors position. And ever since he was asked and he accepted, it's been hands on deck. AJ, come on. You know, let me tell you, I've always said, and I'm an alumni of UB, okay? But I've always said that you get some real good intelligence out of all the universities. You know, our Teachers Leadership Academy, we have a collaboration to foster and nurture new teachers for the future. It's a collaboration between UB, and Justin Reed is leading that effort. UB, Erie Community College, and our president is here, Dr. Adiam Tsagai. Buffalo State College, they're very well represented here. University of Buffalo, Empire State, a Teachers Leadership Academy that's going to be spearheaded out of the Hispanic Heritage Culture Institute. And we're waiting for funding because we're not going to wait till then. We want to do it now to be able to start nurturing high school students, college students, to get into the teaching field, to be able to fill the void of all the attrition that's happening in bilingual education and the teaching profession. But I'm very grateful. AJ, on behalf of me personally and our board of directors, I'd like to present you this President's Award for today, okay? And it reads this way. I steal Jeremiah Franklin. You know, I had to ask him the other day to get this fade, and I don't know if you caught on to it, but I said, what does AJ mean? I steal Jeremiah Franklin for your dedication to supporting our vision as a leading organization that creates and supports the promotion of the Hispanic community and its contributions to the Western New York rich cultural heritage. Given today, AJ, on June 22nd. Thank you very much. You're going to say a few words.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, first of all. It was a hard time really getting everyone in this room, and still feels surreal to have you all here. But I just want to talk a bit about how I grew up. My mom and my grandma, they really support me throughout all my life. And then on top of that, there were my teachers. And my teachers always believed in my abilities. Even when I said maybe I want to be the president of the United States, they believed in it. And even though that's not my ambition anymore, that sense of belief still lives within me. And when I met Cass and talked about the Institute and all the amazing work that Hispanic Heritage Council does for this community, I believed in him as well. And that is what drives me today, along with all the board members here. So I'm resilient in my pursuit of making my beliefs reality, and I thank you all for your partnership as well. Gracias.
Thank you very much, AJ. Last but not least, one more presidency. This is a very special one. Hard work. This is a very special one. It's special because, let me tell you, don't get a no. Never get a no. I'll try. And with that try, it's backed up good effort and good work. Very grateful. I want her and her husband to come up and receive this award, because let me tell you, I'm pretty sure that every time I text or I call, her husband says, hey, there he goes again. Dinorah, Baines, come on up. Hardworking, committed, knows this project inside out. Didn't she give a wonderful presentation? I tell you, this board is made up of so much talent and good people, good-hearted people. They just make me do what I do. Dinorah, on behalf of me personally, and this dedicated board, which you're a strong pillar, I'd like to present you and your husband, Thomas Baines. Gotta include him. Want no problem. You know, the other day, the printer called me with the book, said, hey, we got a proof. And I took a copy to her house. I didn't know where she lived. I just followed GPS and led me to her house. And I put it in between the door. I said, the door is in between your door. But I'm pretty sure, there he goes again. And this was around 8:30 in the morning. But Dinorah, on behalf of all of us, and me personally, the President's Award 2020, thank you very much for all you do. She's very shy, you know. Very shy.
I'm just gonna be quick. As he was giving out the awards, my husband actually said, I should be getting an award. But he really does provide a lot of support, and he allows me the space to be able to do this on my free time. We both work full-time jobs, but I really, yeah, like you said, I do this from the bottom of my heart because this is what I enjoy doing. I grew up my mom, over there with the pink dress that was doing the basket raffle. I grew up just following her around. She'll take me to all the events. She does the raffle baskets for all the Hispanic events. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here and for being so supportive of the Institute. And thank you, Kaz. He's been a mentor to me for many years. I was on the board when I was in college, and then we moved to Albany, and then I came back. But he's the reason why I go on other boards representing, and I know what I'm doing. I know all the technical terms. I know, it's because of him. I learned that because of him. Thank you.
Well, Hope and Sarah, am I done? Look at, from all of us, on behalf of the Hispanic Heritage Council, and please stand up. All the board members stand up. There's one missing, Ricardo Saeb, our director of the Qatar Initiative. He's not here with us today, but stand up, board of directors. These are the folks that make it happen, folks. They make it happen. With a debt of gratitude, I'd like to thank them all and thank you all for being here today. And I'll turn it over. Thank you.
Hello, we'd like to thank for all of those that participated in our silent auction and the raffle. And we have a few people that won some pieces on the silent auction. Mr. Charles Torres, please. Mr. Emil Rivera, C. Bonilla, and Darlene Mercado. Please pass to pick up your piece. And thank you. Have a nice day.
On behalf of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York,
thank you for supporting our breakfast and our mission.
Thank you so much.
And goodbye. See you next year.
Sorry.